Hey there, welcome to Spot Training. My name is Josh. I'm going to be taking care of you today for this workout. Today's workout is all about bounce, all about jumping. Got some workouts listed right here. Warm up at the top, primary workout in the middle, and then our cool down stretches. So for the primary workout, we got something called a double jump, which is going to be a combination of a bound and a vertical jump. And I recommend taking it easy on the first set of those. But yeah, it'll be really excellent for building up limit strength, building up a big strong bounce inside of your legs. We'll be following it up with one of those two types of jumps, either a bunny hop for the bound or a vertical leap for obviously the vertical leap. And then following it up with a stretch at the end. And the stretch is to build an elasticity inside of our muscles. You know, if you build strong muscles, then you're going to have steel beams, but if you have elasticity with strength, then you're going to have steel springs. And, you know, that's ideal if you want to be fast, you want to have buoyancy, power in your vertical leap or your sprints. But yeah, the warm-up at the top, you can see right there, we're going to be starting off with some high knee and hugs. You'll just basically be warming up the hips, stretching out your glutes and your lower back. You'll bring that knee up into your chest. Give it a little squeeze. Pretty simple motion, a little bit of stabilization needed, but other than that, should be pretty easy. Then you'll be doing a overhead butt kick. You're gonna raise your arms up overhead, core braced. You'll kick your butt. If you want to bounce into it, you're more than welcome to, go for the little ankle warm up going on there, a little bit of bounce inside of the toes. But really we're trying to stretch out the hips, stretch out the core, stretch out the quadriceps. So, if you take it steady on the first set, it's certainly ideal, but, some of us are cardio bunnies, not me. But if you are, you can, definitely amp it up a little bit. After that, we're going to be doing a alternating single leg hinge. You'll have your weight in your heel, a little bit of weight inside your big toe, your little toe, because, you're going to need to balance. And you're going to have a soft knee. That way you can absorb anything that you might need to work with your hip on. You want to keep a tight pelvic floor. That way your gate is closed and this leg will be kicking back. And with the pelvic floor brace, you'll keep your gate closed with the knee pointing down and the toe pointing down. It'll help you balance. And keep your chest upright, core brace, back leg pointing straight down. If you need a little assistance for the balance, you can grab something, foam roller, Swiffer, broom, something like that, certainly will help. But yeah, it's supposed to be hard on the balance, so definitely challenge yourself. Then last, we're going to be doing a alternating side lunge. You'll get a nice wide base going, nothing excessive, just, decent. And side lunge is half a squat and half a side split. So that squatting leg, you want to keep squatting form, external rotation in the knee, toe pointing straight ahead, glutes going to come back, chest is going to stay upright, core is going to stay braced. And then the splitting leg, you just want to keep a slight bend in the knee to avoid any impingement. If you need to turn out that toe during the motion, you're more than welcome to in order to help work with that mobility. You'll just go side to side, warming up that squatting motion and warming up your groin. All right, starting off with those high knee and hugs.
Two,
1.
Exercise.
And again, we're trying to stretch out that lower back, that glute. So don't just throw it up there and give it a little touch and go. Try to grab onto the knee, give it a little squeeze each time. Nice and slow, nice and steady. Sun's shining right on me. That's okay, I think y'all can see what's going on. Not me though, I'm getting blinded by the light. Wrapped up like a noose.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Alright. Next up is going to be those butt kicks. Again, you want to keep your core braced and your glutes tight. We're trying to create extension out of the hips and the abdomen.
3, 2,
You're
1.
wanting to bounce into it,
Exercise.
you're more than welcome to. I'd certainly save it for the second or third set if I were to. Might. My ankles could use a little warm up. I went for a little run yesterday. Keep that core braced. Nice and steady, nice and smooth. Ten seconds.
Three, two, one.
All right.
Rest.
Next up is going to be that single leg hinge alternating. So you'll do both legs alternating side to side. I'm going to use this your foam roller to help me balance for the motion. Again,
Two,
if you want to use a broomstick or a Swiffer,
exercise.
do it. You're going to put your weight in your heel, a little bit in the big toe, a little bit in the little toe. Make sure to keep that gate closed, keeping your pelvic floor nice and braced, your core nice and braced. That back leg, back toe, back knee, all pointing straight down. "15 seconds. Next is going to be that alternating side lunge. Oh, eyes moving forward to take a little gander. Yeah, alternating side lunge.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
All right. So again, that alternating side lunge, you'll go ahead and get a decently wide split going. And half your body's going to be squatting, half your legs going to be squatting, the other one's going to go into a
2,
split. Remember
1.
your squatting form.
Exercise.
Externally rotate the knee, toe pointed straight ahead, glutes behind the heels. And alternate. Feel free to point this outside toe in order to open up that mobility a little bit. I'm going to do my best to keep it neutral though, so I want to stretch. Get a big stretch going. Ten seconds.
3, 2, 1.
One more to keep it even.
Rest.
All right. From the top. High knee and hug.
2,
Oh.
1.
Loosening
Exercise.
up. That's good. I don't know if you heard that. My shoulders were cracking. Releasing some of that lactic acid buildup, fluid buildup. Had a nice little push-up day about 4 or 5 days ago. Nice little pull day about 2-3 days ago. A little run yesterday. I'm a little tight. Pull day was 3 days ago. Wait, 2 days ago. Run was yesterday.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Good stuff. I think I'll bounce a little bit inside of this one. Get my feet warmed up. Core brace, glutes tight, arms
2,
up over the head.
1.
Butt
Exercise.
kicks. Don't want to start getting in that anaerobic state yet. We're out looking to get our heart rate through the roof for the warm up. Got to save that energy for later. Oof. Oof. Pops, pops, pops. Good stuff. Release, release, release. Oh.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Good stuff. All right, single leg hinges next. What do you got there, puppy? No. No.
2, 1. Exercise.
Shoot on my little hangers. Look out, door. Little hangers for this guy. Keep that gate closed. Toe, knee, hip all pointing straight down. Woo. So I hold on to it.
3, 2,
All right.
1. Rest.
Alternating side lunge. Nice wide base. Toes pointing straight ahead. Knees are going to externally rotate as you go side to side.
2,
Make sure your hips
1.
are dropping behind your heels.
Exercise.
As you squat into that one leg and split into the other. Ten seconds, and we'll be on our last round of warm-ups. Chest upright, core braced.
3, 2, 1.
Now you have one more to keep
Rest.
even. Good stuff.
2, 1. Exercise.
Indian hug. Stiffer than I thought. That's why warming up's important, though. You never know how stiff you are. So you try to stretch out, touch your toes, do a squat, and you're like, oh my gosh, Poppy, stop chewing on stuff. And she's attacking my aloe vera plant. Leave that alone. Give that knee a nice hug. You are trying to stretch.
Three, 2, 1. Rest.
All right. Butt kicks. Arms up over the head, core braced. And take it steady for this one.
2,
We'll bounce the last
1. Exercise.
I notice my hips right here, my hip flexors. Are really enjoying this. So I'm going to take it steady and let them enjoy it. So much of our life we spend sitting at a desk, whether it's in school or at work. And those hips get tight. We don't even notice it because we're just sitting there. But it'll affect you. It'll affect the way you move, the way you jump, the way you run, walk.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Keep up with it. It's important. All right, next up we got those single leg hinges. Last set of these. Almost to that primary workout. Weight in the heel.
2,
A little bit in the big toe,
1.
little toe, soft
Exercise.
knee. Back foot's going to be pointing straight down. Toe straight down, hip straight down, knee straight down. Pointing at the floor. Keep that pelvic floor braced. It'll be a lot easier to maintain your balance. Promise. Getting a little toasty. That's good. Not to the point where I'm huffing and puffing, but you can definitely tell my heart rate's elevating just a smidge. That's the goal, just a smidge. Quick little 12-minute warm-up. We'll get to that big
3,
24-minute workout.
1. Rest.
24-ish. I think it's 22 actually. And we got a nice little 12-minute cool down.
2, 1.
All right.
Exercise.
Last set of side lunges. Remember, in your squatting leg, you're externally rotating the knee, pushing the glutes behind the heel, keeping your chest upright, core braced, the whole motion. Slight bend in the knee on your splitting leg. Good, just lay there, puppy. That's what I need you to do right now. My little mascot. Need her to calm down. 15 seconds. Warm up.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
All right. Set this timer up for our workout. Again, we'll be doing 2 minutes worth of work. 30 seconds of our big primary motion, 30 seconds of a secondary motion, and then a 1 minute stretch. 1 minute to increase that elasticity of the muscle.
Warm up.
And then a little bit of rest. So we'll start off with a double jump, which is going to be a bound into a squat, because you want to absorb the impact with that squat, into a vertical jump, just jumping straight up into the air. So bound, you're going to jump forward. It's more of a hinging motion, using your hamstrings, using your glutes, thrust forward. Then a squat to absorb the impact, and a vertical leap to add a little bit more icing on the cake and really kill that leg on the absorption. Big muscle work, lots of muscle recruitment. After that, just standard vertical leap, squat, jump straight up. Then you've got an isometric deep squat. You'll just squat all the way to the floor and stay there. If you need an assist, certainly use a suspension trainer, which I would recommend. Or you can go into frog pose, or you can use a Swiffer or a chair or something like that. I'll show you all some stuff when we start going through the workout. Second portion, you're going to do those double jumps again. It's going to be our big primary workout. You're going to do 6 sets total of them. After that, you'll do some bunny hops. The vertical leap is more of a squat. The bunny hop is going to be more of a hinge. So you'll just be thrusting your hips forward and backwards. Then a toe touch. Isometric. Just reach for your toe. Make sure to keep a flat back though. Don't want to be stretching your back out. So vertical leaps. Like I said, you're going to start with a hinge. Weight in the heels. Arms back behind you. Slight bend in the knees. Throw your arms forward. Thrust your hips forward. Now that's going to create the bound. When you land, you're going to land toe to heel into a squat in order to absorb the impact. Then from this squat, you're going to go heel to toe again. Press up towards the sky with your arms, extend out of the toes, and jump up into the air. So the hinge, make sure to keep a back flat, a flat back. Either's fine. Arms back behind you, feet hip distance apart, slight bend in the knees, big burst. On the squat, toes pointed straight ahead, knees are going to externally rotate, glutes are going to drop behind the heels at the bottom of the squat, then jump straight up. So, hinge, squat, vertical leap. One motion. Do a little faster. Hinge, squat, vertical leap. Hinge, squat, vertical leap. Okay? After that, you'll just do the standard vertical leap. Again, squat, toes pointed straight ahead, knees externally rotate, weight goes into the heels, pump your arms straight up into the air. Pretty simple. Then you'll just do a deep squat. Toes pointed straight ahead, knees come out externally rotating, chest upright, tailbone lifted. If you have any issues holding it right here, you can put your hands on the floor and go for a frog position instead. Or you can grab an assist of any kind. After that, we're back on those double jumps. Then you'll do a bunny hop. For these bunny hops, I want you to keep your arms up. We're not going to be going for big jumps or anything like that. Instead, focus on the hinge. Thrust your hips forward, back. Give me a little hop. Should be short and sweet. Nothing too crazy. Last is going to be a toe touch, which is basically a hinge, but stretching. Chest upright, tailbone lifted. Slight bend in the knees. Press your hips back. Reach for the toes. Don't touch the toes if it's going to round your back out though. Stay flat in the back. Stretch out the back of this.
2, 1.
Big stretch.
Exercise.
Here we go. Double jumps. Hinge, squat, vertical leap. 30 seconds. Hinge, squat, vertical leap. Hinge, squat, vertical leap. Remember to absorb the impact with your toes. Using every muscle to its advantage. 5 seconds, we're on the vertical leaps. Here we go. Big jump, big jump. Get a little more better view. 5 seconds, we're on that deep squat. Deep squat. Feet hip distance apart. Knees are going to externally rotate. Chest upright, tailbone lifted. Hang 10, catch your breath. I'm going to go into the frog for a bit. For those of you who might not be as comfortable for a deep squat, it's just basically same cues. Tailbone lifted, chest upright, except you're going to feel a lot more in your ankle. Because that's where most of us tend to fail on the deep squat. That Achilles tendon, that calf gets tight. 30 seconds.
Yeah, they do all that stuff. I think they came out, they did like 3 or 4 of them.
10 seconds.
Sorry, but like,
I'm just clearing my mind. Trying not to think.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Oh, good stuff. Take a breather. One of those double jumps again here in a moment. Tough workout to do after a run day, but I'm gonna do it.
yeah, they came out and they made the and they put the poles. So I didn't even know they did that. And then they actually came on their own. So I was surprised. But now I know that anytime we need one, just call it in. No problem. You have a good one.
Halfway through our rest, we're gonna get started on those double jumps again. My legs are already starting to feel a little heavy, but that's good though. Our challenge, I think I started a little soon, a little quick, a little hard off the line. Anyhow, just remember for that hinge, you want to put your weight in your heels and leap from the toes. On the shock absorption, squat into it. Use your feet in order to get into that squat and lower the impact. And you'll give me a vertical leap. It's only 30 seconds worth. Go for 4 to 6, 4 to 7, maybe 8 at most. I think I did 8 on the first set, but you saw where that got me. Then we'll be doing bunny hops. Focus on the hinge.
2, 1.
The squat. Hinge.
Exercise.
Vertical leap, squat, jump. I'm sorry, bound. Squat, vertical leap. Bound, squat, vertical leap. Bound, squat, vertical leap. Bound, squat, vertical leap. I think I got time for one more. Bound, squat, vertical leap. Bunny hops. Hinge. Arms up. Hinge. Real slight, real small. Hamstrings are going. Glutes are going. Heel to toe on that hinge. Heel, toe. Toe on the leap. Heel, toe. Flat back. Tailbone lifted, chest upright. Toe touch as low as you can. without breaking that flat back. Feet hip distance apart, not super wide like I just had them. My arches are tight. Stupid run. My hamstrings are letting out. So are my quadriceps. My arches, they're not having it right now. 10 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna take this time to
Rest.
stretch out my feet a little bit more. Ooh. So I'm going into a staff pose. Oh man, my feet need it too. Basically curling my toes underneath my heel, sitting my butt on top of my heel, and putting my weight into that heel. Transfers that stretch into the toe. Ooh, big pop. Big release, it's good. Don't want to be here the whole time. This is tension for my foot. As much as I want to open up that stretch, it also means a little bit of work for the foot. Oh, that's better. All right, that's round 1 of 3. 2 more rounds. The aerobic aspects aren't so bad, but man, my legs sure are gonna feel this. Bound, squat, vertical jump for the double jump is coming up next. And I'll show you all some regressions on these. You can always work on your toes if you're, nursing an injury or anything like that, or if you don't feel comfortable jumping. You can go for, instead of a bound, hinge to calf raise. Instead of a vertical leap, a squat to calf raise. Let me show you a few of those.
2, 1.
Basically stay stationary while I'm knocking those out. Hinge, calf raise, squat, calf raise. Hinge, calf raise, squat, calf raise. So I'm hinging, pushing my hips back, lifting my tailbone up, opening up these hamstrings, calf raise at the top, squat, calf raise at the top. They're a little too easy, I gotta do. So I'm gonna normal double jumps. All right, squat and calf raise. Again, feet hip distance apart, toes pointing straight ahead. Knees externally rotate. Butt drops behind the heels, chest upright, back flat for the squat. On the way up, come up onto that big toe for a calf raise. Get a few vertical leaps in. Oh, good. Kind of rushed those because I didn't do the double jumps. I did a few, not as many as I wanted to. I'm gonna go down to the frog because I want to stretch out my feet some more. Ooh, those arches, they are tight, tight, tight. Okay, deep squat. Last 20 seconds, I can hold that. Tailbone lifted, chest upright.
Three, 2, 1. Rest.
Okay, halfway through. One more round of the hinge portion. 2 more rounds of the hinge portion. One more until the next set, next circuit, next round. One more of the squat portion, the vertical leap. Felt a little bouncy on that set, that one, that set, that sun. I'm going to give the full double jump on this next set. Again, you can always go to the calf raise you're not feeling it on the bounds, the double jumps, whatever it may be, you can still challenge yourself. You can find a way to scale for yourself. And the best thing about those calf raise variations, you can do that with a chair, you can do it with a Swiffer, foam roller, anything you want, in order to make it more available to you. Somewhere between success and failure is a challenge. That's what we want, a challenge. If you feel sheer success, you're not challenging yourself enough. Bigger jumps. Or try the jump.
3,
If
2,
you're feeling like you're failing,
2,
go
1.
to the calf raise.
Exercise.
Hinge, squat, vertical leap. Hinge, squat, vertical leap. Hinge, squat, vertical leap. Hinge, squat, vertical leap. One more. Hinge, squat, vertical leap. Bunny hops. Arms tucked in. Again, if you want a variation, hinge, calf raise. Hinge, calf raise. Same thing as hopping, same muscle chain. The only difference, your feet aren't leaving the floor. Focus on that thrust through the glute, heel to toe. Give myself some big ones. One more. Flat back, toe touch. Feet hip distance apart, not wider than. Everyone's got a little more mobility in that sumo stance. Try to avoid that. Try to avoid working with those compensations, especially when you're stretching. Getting close. Just don't want to round my back. Those hamstrings are tight though. They don't like this at all. Almost on the last round. 15 seconds. Ten seconds. Starting to sweat.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Right. Last round's coming at you. I'm going to stay upright. Take your time. Breathing in through the nose. Exhaling steady. Last round, if you haven't challenged yourself yet, this is your last opportunity to. I'm going to give it everything I got on these last few double jumps. First set I kind of pushed a little hard, second set not as much. I was demoing some of those regressions, but I needed them too because I went a little too hard on that first round. Definitely on the first rep, ease yourself into that double jump. Sure, go for a big bound, but go for a big bound that you know you can do. Second rep, go a little higher. Third rep, give it everything you got. Fourth rep, you'll probably be a little exhausted for everything you got. And vertical reps. Vertical jumps, go for reps, reps, reps. Deep squats, lots of jumps.
2, 1. Exercise.
Hinge, squat, vertical leap. That was measured. Let's go for a little bit bigger. Hinge, squat, vertical leap. See how I couldn't catch myself in the squat? So I went a little too hard. Hinge, squat, vertical leap. One more. Squat, vertical leap. On pipe. Deep squat, vertical leap. Go for 8 to 12. 7. gonna do 2 more. 13, 14. Deep squat. My feet are okay. My lungs, though, are a little more challenged on this side. Chest upright. Tailbone lifted. Feet hip distance apart. Not wider than. Heels digging into the ground. Tailbone lifted. Core braced. All the cues. Knees nice and supported by the glutes. Flaring them out. Hi, Poppy. You here to get in my way for my last set? She decided to wake up from her slumber. Oh, she's gonna do that thing where she tries to jump on me. She might knock me over. Hi, Poppy. Don't jump on me. 10 seconds. Don't jump on me. Put too much weight on me. I'm trying to squat. 5, 4,
3, 2, 1. Rest.
One more circuit. One more set of double jumps. Some bunny hops. I'm going to go for reps and reps and reps on those bunny hops. I really like them. Got a little burr here. Let me get it out. Let me get it out. It's stuck in your mustache. If you're ever picking out burrs, don't pick straight up away from their skin. Pick it horizontally. That way you're not pulling at their skin, you're just pulling it away from the other hairs around it. If you got a hairy dog like me. My dog's super hairy. I almost have it. Got it. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I still got one more in there. I feel it. I feel it. It's okay, I'll get it later. Oh, wait. I found it. 10 seconds. We're on those double jumps again.
2, 1. Exercise.
Excuse me, Poppy. Hinge, squat, vertical leap. Ooh. My legs are beat. Hinge, squat, vertical leap. Hinge, squat, vertical leap. Hinge, squat, vertical leap. Bunny hops. Hands upright. Hinge and thrust. Lots and lots of reps. Lots and lots. Flat back, chest upright, tailbone lifted, toe touch. That's the last of it. Keep lifting that tailbone, keep pushing your hips away from your head, lifting that chest, creating decompression in that lower back. Weight in the heels. Stretch out the back of that thigh, that hamstring. Oh. See how flat I'm going. That's pretty flat. Pretty
3,
low.
2, 1. Rest.
Okay. That's it. Hope y'all are pretty spent. We're going to start cooling down. We've got an overhead low lunge, followed by a hurdler's lunge, followed by a pigeon stretch, pigeon lunge. And give you all a moment to catch your breath, aka give me a moment. The worst is over, the best is yet to come. Hope y'all are feeling pretty challenged by this. If not aerobically like me, mechanically, really pushing your glutes, hamstrings, and your quadriceps to their vertical limit, to their horizontal limit, or to their mechanical limit, their ability to maintain these reps. And also hoping you're feeling pretty confident about it. If, again, you're trying to work around an injury, regress it. You can do smaller jumps, of course, or you can just do that calf raise, or you can even grab yourself a chair and give yourself a little assist. But these are motions we're designed to do. We're designed to jump up, forward, over mountains, up trees. This is a great way to work those motions out. Get your body sound and comfortable with them. I certainly felt a little on the first set, and again I did push it. But second, third set, fourth set for sure. I can feel my feet getting more comfortable, my body getting more comfortable with the shock absorption, just this motion in general. Okay, and you don't need weights, right? I mean, look at me, I'm sweating up a storm, my legs feel really jelly. I'm used to lifting, I'm used to heavy weights, but you know what? If you put in that work on your jumps, you're gonna put just as much tension in your muscles as you would squatting, deadlifting, any of that kind of weight training, Olympic lifting kind of stuff. All right, so we'll start off with an overhead low lunge. You'll get into a lunge position. You're gonna put your right leg forward. Mirror me, I have my left leg forward. I hope that's right. You know, YouTube, they do weird stuff in my videos. But anyhow, you're gonna trail that right leg forward, crawling it out in front of you. You're gonna put your weight forward into your hips, keeping your glutes tight and your core drawn in. Then I want you to open your chest, reach up and over. If you feel comfortable with it, you can interlock your fingers, press overhead for an overhead low lunge. Keep thrusting those hips forward. Keep your glutes clenched, avoid any hip rotation. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Deep into your abdomen. Deep, deep, deep breaths. Good, come on back. Whoa, I felt a little pop. If you need a little assistance balancing, you can grab something. I like to use my suspension trainers personally, but if you have a Swiffer, a mop, that always works really well too. All right, we're gonna take that lead leg, that right leg, let me back up a little bit so I can show you. Keep it out in front of you, but this time you're gonna stretch it out. You want your toe pointing straight up into the air. Slight bend in the knee. We're gonna push our hips back, keeping our chest upright. Think hinge. Slight bend in the knee, tailbone lifted, chest upright. What's that sound like? A hinge. Reach your arms forward, reach your chest forward. Don't hunch over. Our goal is the back of this hamstring, the back of the thigh. 3 deep breaths. 1. Deep into the back. Good. All right, we're going to take this lead leg and I want you to crawl it in, and then you're going to fold your knee out. Okay? If that's a little troublesome for you, you can always bring it in a little closer to you, to a neutral position. And you're going to bring your hands down to the floor. If you feel like you're getting a good stretch on your glute medius, stay here. If you want to push a little bit more, you can bring that knee all the way to the floor, and you can bring that left leg far, far, far back behind you. Let me give you a side view. Far, far, far back behind you. Glutes tight, chest upright for a pigeon. If you want to push a little bit further, if you're a freak like me, you can bend that back leg. Grab on with the right hand. Keep those glutes tight. Chest upright. Take some deep breaths into your hips. All right. Change out to the other side. Left leg forward. We're going to crawl it ahead of us a little bit. Almost done. 3 more stretches, Josh. That's me, I'm Josh. Clench your glutes, thrust your hips forward, open up your chest, reach up and over. Squeeze your butt, brace your core, reach, reach, reach. Take some deep breaths down into your abdomen. Good. We're going to extend out that lead leg, point the toe up, slide bend in the knee, chest upright, core brace. Make sure your hips are in alignment, avoid any sort of twisting. We're going to hinge back, reach our arms forward. This hamstring's a lot tighter. How about you? Let's take some deep breaths into our lower back. That's opening up. Crawl that leg inside, that left leg, fold the left knee out to the side, bring your hands out in front, and again, if you feel the stretch here, stay here. Otherwise, start extending that right leg back behind you so it's nice and flat on the floor. Clench your glutes, get your chest upright, your core braced. If you can add more, you can bend that right leg, grab onto it with your left arm, get that chest upright. Take some deep breaths into your hips. Keep your glutes tight. Deep breaths. All right. Good job today, y'all. I say y'all because I'm from Texas. All right. Again, we just worked out our hops, our jumps, our leaps, our mobility, building steel springs out of our legs. Hope you all enjoyed this workout. If you did, great. Let me know. Drop me a line, comment section, email me, spottraining@outlook.com or joshua.james.caceres @gmail.com. If you're interested in looking at more workouts or getting some questions answered, maybe getting a little bit more mobility, a little bit more bounce, a little bit more strength, whatever it may be, and you want to do it from home, you want to do it digitally, drop me a line. It's what I do. spotmetraining.com. We teach you to do more anywhere. Look at everything I did here. Not a single weight lifted. I used a foam roller, but you know, that was more of a compensation, a regression, and there's stuff you can do. You got it. It's somewhere in your house. Whether it's a backpack full of books for weights or a Swiffer for stabilization. There's something we can do to help you. All right, that's going to be it. Can't wait to see you all on the next workout. See you in the internet. Take care.